Coming up, the Iowa City Police Department issued over 80 underage drinking tickets so far this school year. We'll break down those numbers. And later, nothing can ruin a game day like poor parking. But luckily, there's an app for that.
Today in sports, we dig into Iowa's volleyball game against Washington on Saturday.
And one particular quarterback is close to getting his name into the record books.
More for you in just a few minutes.
Well, Hawkeyes, our weather for today is looking like mostly cloudy skies and the potential for some scattered thunderstorms later this evening. I'll tell you more about your weather for today coming up.
All that and more coming up on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV. Don't go anywhere, we start right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Lauren Varell. Students enjoying the silence of the library yesterday afternoon were interrupted by a false fire alarm. Everyone quickly evacuated the worst place to be during a potential fire, surrounded by books. Authorities arrived shortly after it was confirmed that nothing but a false alarm and students were allowed to turn to studying peacefully. With the new school year, many students have found their way to the bars downtown, but that choice wasn't a great one for some. DITV News reporter Noah Gowdy is standing by in the newsroom to tell us more. Noah?
Yes, Lauren, that is right. Many students have been enjoying their time downtown at the bars over the last 2 weeks, but with that newfound freedom for some, it has led to a few run-ins with the law. Over the first 2 weeks of school, there has been a total of 80 underage tickets given out in the bars downtown. Now, a majority of those are going to be underage in the bar after 10 p.m., but many more are actually going to be possession of alcohol under the legal age limit. That does come with a heavy fine and possible disciplinary action from the university themselves. Now, these tickets are being given out at a majority of places all around Iowa City, such as Summit, Spoko, Fieldhouse, Union, and many more bars. So with this number being so high, what is the university doing about it? Well, they have actually implemented the alcohol harm reduction plan at the start of this semester to help reduce high-risk drinking activities. And over the last 2 weeks, we have seen a 32% decrease in high-risk drinking activities. So what does that mean for us here at the DI? We're going to be keeping a look at those numbers to see if those numbers for the decrease continue to go down or if the tickets for underage drinking continue to rise. And we'll bring you all that information as that becomes available to us. So this has been Noah Gowdy in the newsroom. Lauren, back to you.
Well, hopefully all of us who are legal can actually go to the bars when it's nice outside. Speaking of the weather, I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to Kate with more.
Good morning, Hawkeyes. On this gloomy Tuesday, you should expect mostly cloudy skies and temperatures to be around the lower 70s this morning as you walk to class. In the afternoon, we will experience high temperatures in the upper 80s. As we move into the evening, temperatures will go back down to high 70s with a chance of scattered showers later this evening. As we look to the rest of the week, we should expect more cloudy skies on Wednesday and Thursday, with rain to be expected. On Friday and Saturday, we should expect to see some sunny skies to round out our week. Even though it's a gloomy Tuesday, try to have a great day, Hawkeyes.
There's another parking chance that Iowa fans are seeing on game days. DITV reporter Grace Aldrin has some more from Melrose Avenue.
Parking for Hawkeye football fans just got a lot easier thanks to the new Driveways app. Driveways allows homeowners on Melrose Avenue to sell unused parking spots to football fans during game days. You can download the app right now in the App Store. On Melrose Avenue, Grace Aldrin, DITV.
UI professors Enrique Liera and Unli Chawana are joining a research team to study agents that can be used to treat stroke patients. The university was awarded a $1.1 million grant to fund the first 3 years of research. This project consists of 6 research sites testing the same kinds of agents. Past studies have left gaps in research that the University of Iowa hopes to fill. After starting the research with models and tests, the next step will be to shift into human trials. Liera hopes to lead by example, saying, quote, "The main challenge will be to overcome the culture of animal labs," end quote. The University of Iowa Office of Student Disability Services introduced new technology to help students take notes in class. The Sonos Set audio note taker allows students to record PowerPoints, images, and their own notes onto an audio file. The note-taking express program allows students to upload lectures and get 24-hour professional help. Lastly, the new LiveScribe pens allow students to upload their notes directly to their phone and record lectures. This accommodation comes at no cost to students enrolled in SDS. Students will have until the end of the first semester to use these new programs and give feedback. All right, well, we're going to talk a little bit more about something fun here in Hawkeye world. I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to sports.
Yeah, that's right. On Saturday night, the volleyball team dropped their match to Washington 3-1 during the Big Ten Pac-12 Challenge.
In the first set, the Hawks had a good rally but fell to the Huskies 33-31. After falling behind, they fought back with a strong blocking game from Kendra Hansen.
And even with Hansen's powerful hitting game then in set 2, Washington also came out swinging aggressively as the Hawks lost the set 25-23.
Iowa finally got in sync with a kill by Megan Buzerio in the third set to take the set 25-20.
Ultimately, the Huskies captured the fourth and final set with their solid blocking. Iowa lost in this one 4-1.
One of the biggest challenges that we had going into this match is defense. We wanted to improve our defense, and we got 10 blocks out of it. So just good signs that what we work on, the players buy into it, and we can flip it and continue to have that high standard going into whatever opponent we have. Each week we got to start adding someone to an option for us. Our outsides have done a really good job the last couple of weekends, but now we got to get other players going just so we become more of a balanced team.
The Hawkeyes will return to the court this weekend at the South Dakota tournament, where they'll face Wyoming, UC Davis, and South Dakota.
While volleyball was 0-2 this past weekend, Kate, Iowa football is 2-0 on the season.
DITV sports reporter Zach Lohman has more on how one Hawkeye senior is on pace to etch his name into the Iowa record books.
Iowa quarterback Nate Stanley surpassed former Hawkeye Ricky Stanzi in career touchdown passes on Saturday. Stanley is now third on the list behind Drew Tate and Chuck Long. While Stanley has a little ways to go to become the leader, he doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He's playing at a very high level. He's spreading the ball around. 10 different receivers last week, 8 receivers this week. So, he's real comfortable within the offense. He's showing that he trusts, multiple players out there on the field with the ball, getting the ball to him. So, Stanley is just on another level, just going out there telling us what he wants. And, we just coming through executing. So he's playing at a great level.
But Nate couldn't take the accomplishment all on his own. He gave the credit to the coaches and the 5 players in front of him.
It's awesome to be in that position, but I think it just comes back to the offensive line. They gave me plenty of time today, and then Amir had two plays where he made a great catch on that second touchdown that he had.
It's really a credit to him because Ricky was a tremendous football player for us too, and we've had a lot of really good quarterbacks here. So Nate is carving out his niche, and any recognition he gets, I think, is well deserved. And nobody's worked harder. And I can say the same thing about Ricky or any of those guys that did such a great job.
Nate Stanley's pursuit of Chuck Long's career touchdown record is something Iowa fans can watch as they take on Iowa State this weekend. Reporting from Kinnick Stadium, Zach Lohman, DITV Sports.
Stanley is currently only 3 career touchdowns behind Drew Tate and 16 behind Chuck Long.
Speaking of Iowa football players making history, former Iowa tight end T.J. Hawkinson shined in his NFL debut with the Detroit Lions on Sunday.
Hawkinson, who was the 8th overall draft pick in this last NFL draft, finished the game with 6 receptions, 131 yards, and a touchdown, the most yards for a tight end debut in NFL history.
And after George Kittle's season last year, maybe it's safe to say Iowa really is tight end U.
That's all we have for you today in Hawkeye Sports.
Be sure to come back tomorrow to hear from the football team and their thoughts about the rivalry game this weekend.
Lauren, it's all you.
That's all we have for you on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV. Be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. If that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out the print edition of the news on Stand Now. For DITV News, I'm Lauren Varell. Have a great day, Iowa City.